real, for real.
For real? Oh boy.
Oh, hello everyone.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Guys.
Another Laser Sports Academy stream. One of two today because I'm a psycho and I am dumb and I forgot and I double booked. But here we are. WA Clash, new tournament incoming. And with me today to kind of introduce it, talk about it, and go through the teams is myself, obviously, and then we have Techdeck205. How you going, mate?
Not too bad. Yourself, guys?
Super well. We have Brodizzle. What's going on?
Hello. How we doing?
Very well. And Mr. Plank. What's going
Hello.
on, brother?
What's up?
What's up? You might have just seen that his title was Plank the Sequels because Plank currently has two things in the video chat thing. He's got one for his mic and one for his webcam. I only just figured out before the stream started that I could hide his voice shadow clone. His
shadow.
Anyway. Cool. Amazing. Well, let's just get right into the news. Boys, someone tell me what the hell is WA Clash and what's your intention with the tournament, and do you have any like big vision for it, I guess?
Plank?
Okay. Right. So like Clash is effectively a pre-net style tournament on Gen 7 in WA, so our first big WA tournament in a few years really. And we're getting a bunch of Eastern State players over. The whole point of it kind of is just to, show that Gen 7 can have like a high skill ceiling and is like similar enough to like zone and like that stuff too. So yeah, it's good.
Amazing. Boys, any other thoughts?
Laser Force matters too, Laser Force Labs matters too.
Laser Force
matters too.
So yeah, seems is a good point too. So like, it's good for us. Like we're in the up to with getting more players or getting better. Like good showcase.
I say it's a fantastic showcase, and as Plank mentioned, like it's our first proper tournament in quite a while. So it'll
Our
be
last
good.
one was like Titles, right, in 2021.
Yeah.
A while ago.
Yeah.
So it'll be nice to be playing in an arena built by a wonderful side Kaza that is built for more competition.
Yeah.
Then
here's the side up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very exciting.
So yeah, like fully built to be competitive, like fully base of backball now. Like before, it was just kind of changed and altered to be base of back, but this arena is fully like designed kind of with that and with the Zeltec format in mind. So it should play really well. It's really fun to play.
There are a couple like changes for like zone that are kind of like Laser Force specific, such as we can't be reloaded while we're down. So you might see people just like waiting inside the reloader with their gun towards the reload beacon, just sitting there. That's like allowed because we kind of have to like wait and we can't really perfectly time it for us to come back up. So you see people doing that a lot. Anything else that we really have?
The only real difference is like shoulders are up here and not here.
I do have a little video that I can show as well. Yeah. So let me pull that up, and you can kind of talk about some of the big differences between Laser Force and like a zone system, for instance. There he is.
Oh, nice.
That's the startup himself.
Take it away.
As you can see here, like the shoulder pads are the shoulder sensor is at the top, which means that when you peek around corners, you're very visible in that sense. So there's different holds that we sort of do here as well. Which means that when we do training, we sort of have to pretend we've got the sensors at the front whilst remembering we've still got them at the top.
Sure.
And also, like, the only real difference is that when you high hold, you kind of put your arm up more like this instead of like around the side. Like, that's the only real difference. You can still high hold, you can still do everything. It's just like the way you do it is very, very slightly different just because where the sensors are. But everything's the same, pretty much.
I remember only experience playing Laser Force was at like the Chermside Zone Bowling in Brisbane. And I remember playing that and feeling like I was just getting shot around every single wall. Like I feel like I'm so far behind the wall and the person just shoots in my general direction, I'm dying. Is that the experience for you guys as well? Is there a trick to it, or what's going on?
No, that's more like IR settings, I'd say. Gen 8 is more, which this isn't at this site, but it's at the other sites we have in WA. That's more kind of shoot around wall, like if the IR is higher kind of
the
thing.
stereotype, you know.
Yeah,
but just
for this is Gen 7, like the IR is pretty low. We can change all the settings too with like the IR, the timings, everything. So it's pretty much comparable to like Zone H Pro.
You actually have to hit sensors. In my personal opinion, I think Zone is more sensitive than our Laser Force and our Gen 7.
Sure. And how, like, because obviously most of the audience are pretty much just going to be Zone people, what is like the timing like, and how does Laser Force, how's like dueling and things like that different on Laser Force Gen 7?
Same thing. Like we have a Zone emulation kind of format on Laser Force, so we can emulate every part of the timing to get it pretty much identical with what Zone has.
Cool.
So we've been kind of like fiddling with that for the past few months, and we've gotten to like a pretty accurate representation, I think, as much as possible. So yeah, that's all good.
Problem is that there's a couple settings that Zone don't have that we have, and there's a couple settings that Zone has but we don't have, so we can't get it exactly perfect right. And it's pretty difficult because we can't just having a little guessing game on what number is going to be the perfect number and what that setting correlates to.
Yeah, for all intents and purposes, it's pretty much the same, like identical.
So
that's cool.
Yeah, we have I'm about to say, as Gaz has said in the chat, I said at 12%. But yeah, so I think with the Gen 7, it's a lot more precise. It helps us, especially working on our TR, just to sort of have that better accuracy. Sorry, I saw something in the video. And it's good, like as Brody was saying, you know, there's certain settings that we have access to that you guys don't, that you guys have access to that we don't. So trying to emulate it can be quite hard. So a lot of our stuff does revolve around doing drills and sort of doing our best to improve where we can in here. And then a lot of it is the reason why we take up as much training as we can when we get to Nats.
Yeah.
Just to sort of get that time to get used to the system again and then sort of improve from there as well.
Cool. Amazing. Well, sick. If anyone in the chat has any W Clash or Laser Force specific questions, don't be afraid to drop them in there, and I'll do my best to keep my eyes on that. Otherwise, just like watching this myself, it doesn't look anything like the experience I had playing on Laser Force. Like it just looks like you're playing Zone laser tag. The equipment looks a bit different. You know?
We're one of the really unique scenes of like we're pretty much a Zone scene, except just on Laser Force packs pretty much. Because we used to have Zone in WA before, like I used to play everything really.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
it's pretty rad.
Pretty fucking rad. All right. Oh, okay. Well, without further ado, we can actually talk a little bit more about the tournament itself. So WA Clash. This is a new tournament. Is the idea like, are we just going to try this and see how it goes? Are we wanting to make it a thing that happens every year, every 2 years or something? What's kind of the vision for WA Clash?
It's definitely something that Gazza is aiming to do a couple, like maybe twice a year or 3 times. I'm not sure what he has in mind, but he definitely wants to do it a couple times a year.
Yeah, so this is like the mini one. There was some talk about having like a week-long comp around August sometime.
Sure.
But yeah, this is, as far as I can tell, like meant to be an annual kind of undertaking for a big WA comp, because we used to have titles. So it's a kind of semi like title placement, except more focused for just Zone, kind of WA's version of like state comp pretty much.
Sure.
every year. So yeah, and yeah, hopefully we get more and more like Eastern State people or like people wanting to try it out and grow the comp, because it really helps our team too. So yeah.
Yeah, well, speaking of people from other states, you have quite a few. So allow me to share my screen again, and we can have a look at this this teams list. Boom. So here we are. Yeah, pretty cool. We've actually got quite a lot of non-WA people head to this tournament. So to point them out, we've got Beans and Dart from Sydney. We've got Lilbo, Pug Salad Noodle, and I think there was more. There was Weston and Shaz coming from Queensland, and then is it just Finn coming from Canberra?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really cool to see that this tournament's actually got quite a bit of for the first one with only 7 teams. That actually a significant percentage of that is yeah, for sure. So. Yeah, we got 7 teams. I guess I won't just go through them now. We'll go through them a little bit more when we go through the rankings. But how is this tournament structured in terms of like the stages and stuff? Like, are we doing like a classic round robin Cascades and Ascensions type finals, or what's the deal?
If you check the schedule on Friday, it's like 9 games of round robin. With a lot of training. Oh, yeah, Friday's just training. And then Saturday we go into 9 games of round robin. And then how many Cascade games are there? I think it was also 9-2, maybe 6. Yeah, 6 games of Cas.
Yep.
It's kind of hard to do Cascade games. Yeah.
The dinner break's nice.
I had no clue there was a schedule.
Oh, damn.
Oh, my God.
I was going in blind. I am knowledgeable. I am the goat.
Dude, normalize dinner breaks.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah. That's literally.
We have a bunch of food places close to site too, so get food in.
There's like Red Rooster, Macca's, KFC, GYG.
Oh, you have like the
and
best
the bridge.
State.
It's like the best of all.
See the bridge.
Yeah, we have the tap.
Amazing. Cool. So only 1 Cascade is what you're doing. Like a single Cascade.
Yeah, it's hard to do Cascades with 7 teams. It's kind of a bit silly.
Yeah, I mean, it's not silly. It's just more like the top 3 teams gonna play each other more, and the bottom 3-4 teams gonna play each other more.
Yeah, sure.
So like it is a bit more, obviously since it's a smaller comp, like it's a bit more kind of I mean, less variation obviously, but different from round robin still, so we could get it.
Yeah. While we're at it, laser ball.
Yeah.
What in God's name is laser ball? Please explain that to me.
Well, it's a 4-person teams, right? You each have like a base that you start at. You have to shoot the base to start like the round, I guess. The aim of the game is to get the ball, which starts. There's only 1 ball. Starts at either team. Usually the losing team, the one that just lost the round. They get the ball, and the goal is to put it into the other team's goal or base.
Right, you just tag it once.
Yeah, tag it once.
Yeah. So okay. So there is a format, the exact same format on Zone. I think it's called Zone Ball.
I think it's Zone Ball.
Zone Ball or Speed Ball.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and can you pass the ball like you can in that? Like by
So same kind of thing. Like you shoot teammates to pass. If you have the ball, your sensors will like flash on and off. So it's really obvious if you have the ball or not. So you shoot opposing person with ball to steal it. Pass the teammates to shoot teammates to pass to them. And then we also play this in one half of our arena. Between red and yellow. So effectively what this does is it splits it into kind of 3 kind of designated lanes. In the top half.
I'll just pull it up and do a screenshot of the actual image so we can see it a little bit better. And
Yippee. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
So it's played in the top half between red and yellow. And it splits it into 3 lanes. So effectively what that does with 4-person teams is you have kind of 1 person per lane, and it plays out really chess-like of kind of where you play each round, and you're kind of moving to counter what the other team did. Because every spot has kind of a counter spot kind of thing, and it's similar to like other games like Overwatch or COD with like the 3-layered maze system. So yeah, it plays really good.
You do have to mention that there are resets in Laser Ball, so and no base evac either. So you can. The idea is you take a lane each, and then your fourth player could go into the other person's side of the maze and just start resetting the defenders, so you have like a kind of push to go through. That is one of the strategies that we use. In Laser Ball.
Yeah, amazing. Yeah, so I think we did the same thing on when like we've done Zone Ball at my site. Like someone scores, and it's just like an unofficial like. Someone yells reset, or you just hear the arena announcement that someone scored, and everyone just goes back to their base and then you have to keep shooting the base again to get the ball, right?
Ours is more official. Like it will actually like stop the game for us.
Oh, really?
And then so like, person scored the base. Get back to your bases. And that was about 5.
The round stops.
3, 2, 1.
There's like a 30-minute timer between goals scored when the next round.
30 minute. Holy shit!
Oh, sorry, second.
30 minutes.
30 seconds.
God damn.
So how it plays?
Have your lunch break during that?
yeah, sure.
Yeah, literally. There's 2 breaks. So not 2 breaks. There's 2 halves. So you get your half on the yellow side, and you get your half on the red side. It's 5 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm pretty sure per round.
And the format and like Laser, it does all of it officially. Like it stops and it says like halftime, swap sides and stuff like that.
We have to do that part manually.
Okay.
We just set it to 5 minute 30 games, then just restart it again. And keep
we
track
just
of the scores.
swap the teams around per half, and then just restart the game again.
Yeah, but it's cool. It's cool that even the rounds are actually done through it actually stops and stuff. I don't know. I haven't played it since like Nexus. So it was a while ago, but at least where we were, we had to just gentleman's agreement. Everyone knows when you hear a score, like everyone goes back to the base kind of thing.
Yeah.
Instead of having some rat that's just like waits outside the enemy base, and as soon as they get the ball, they like shoot them, and there was some bloody sods that did that.
G-grade behavior.
That's some G-grade behavior. Cool, amazing. So is what did you call it? Laser Ball. Is that a house favorite kind of thing for you guys? Because like in my head, I remember the thing that I heard a lot from Laser Force guys was the other format. What's it called?
Space Marines.
Probably.
Yeah. We don't really play that. We do chuck on we have a dedicated Laser Ball League night on Mondays.
Oh, cool.
And like sometimes we chuck usually we have like a game of Space Marines on after that, just for fun or whatever, but we don't really play that Space Marines as a scene too much.
Sure.
No, not really.
Yeah, we never really.
The last time we played it was at Titles, right?
Yeah,
we actually played it as a comp.
Yeah, but as a scene, I don't think we have too many people that do that. But yeah.
Cool. Well, while we're looking at the maze map, is there any things you want to say with the teams event in mind? Like, is the maze map accurate? Is there any like funny bits or things worth noting, or are we just wanting to move on?
It's pretty accurate. There's a couple sightlines that aren't there, and that it looks like there is, but there's not. Yeah. I'm hoping to make a very accurate maze map when I get back into PK, like with the phone thingy, LiDAR scanner.
Yeah.
So I hope to do that in the next couple of weeks, so I can actually not next couple of weeks, next couple of days, so I can make it in time for the Clash event.
Cool.
Effectively, the one thing that isn't really shown here is that for like the blue kind of bottom half, the only bits that are really played are the bits around like the blue base and the relayer. So like all the stuff to the left and to the right that used to be like the old blue base and stuff, but that isn't really played for the current format.
Yeah, you're like so far away from anything.
So yeah, it's it's effectively like you can see like a lot of panels kind of copying the blue base there, and everything kind of happened like that's kind of the end of the arena besides the relay that people play around. So,
There used to be a
Fantastic.
spot where you can just hold in pink base and just shoot for backdoor
Yeah.
of blue. But
Classic.
yeah, it's just put those walls up. I'm pointing at my
Sure.
screen to let you know that I can do
Oh,
that.
that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Effective.
I'm like
communication.
mind melding. I know exactly where you were pointing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
of course.
Coolio. Well, yeah, it's a cool looking arena. I think this blue base in particular looks really fun. Do you guys have a favorite base?
Oh yeah. Blue's probably. I think blue because like shiny new thing, right?
Yeah.
Because we've only had it for what
Yeah.
2 months now? Not even.
But yeah, I mean,
Not
we
even.
also Blue's the first base we also built from scratch to play like to be a proper like nat style base.
Mm.
Compared to
Looks like it.
yeah, compared to like yellow and red, where like they've been adapted pretty good, but they were still like adapted from not having base back compared to blue
Sure.
having that
Yeah.
thought from the ground up.
It looks
Yeah.
very much like a base you would see at a zone laser tag tournament.
Yeah.
Mm.
Cool. And you guys don't do red, blue, green. You do red, blue, yellow.
Yeah. Officially, yellow base is yellow, but for like, if we have teams training on or we have like qualifiers on, we change yellow to green.
Okay, sure.
So yeah,
Yeah.
And people that if we refer to it as green, they know we're talking about yellow. If it's yellow, it's
I'm not sure if we're changing it to green for Clash. Do
I think we are. Yeah, we are. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
It's green on the schedule, so I'm assuming it's green.
Ah,
We,
yeah, that's
we
fair.
do all our that
makes
stuff
sense.
as green. It's just our league we keep it as yellow because it's I guess historically been yellow for WA.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Since it's open, right?
But yeah, we can change the colors of all the bases and like all the teams and stuff in software. So like, it's
Cool.
pretty easy.
Amazing. Fantastic. Well, let us move on from that. And the boys have put
Sorry.
together. Oh, you
It's
guys
just
have
that
to
the schedule says green, the light above it still says yellow, so who knows?
say? Ah,
So it's gonna be orange.
It should be green. It should be green.
Mm.
amazing. The boys have put together a bit of like a pseudo sinks list type thing, inspired by what I'm guessing inspired because it looks like the same document by what Jae Hong put together for the Swedish nationals.
That's crazy.
So I'll share my screen. Boom.
Yippee.
Fantastic. It's annoying the chat's in the way. I might just skip. I'm gonna move that guy.
Get rid
over
of chat.
there. They can just be alongside us over there.
Oh, you did that with
Amazing.
rankings? Good.
Yep. So, what we're looking at is all of the people on the bottom have their people that have put together their own gradings for all of the individual players. And then what Techdeck has done is he's taken basically the average rank for all of those individual players. And we've got them in this final sheet here. There's a few of them that are like higher B, lower S, lower G. And that's basically like, even though the average or the median is whatever rank is there, there was like a lot
There
of
was
ranks
still some.
on
There
the
was
other
still some
side.
ranks that were a little bit below that. That sort of pulled it down a little. So it was just worth mentioning.
Amazing. Well, without further ado, we can just kind of talk about these teams in the order that they're there. And then maybe after we've discussed the teams, we can put them in some final placings. Does that sound good?
Yeah, sounds fine.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Separate.
So
Some people, I don't think many people are happy about these gradings. Not gonna lie. I'm getting some messages.
I guess it's if you don't agree with your ranking, that's up to you to prove them wrong when the tournament comes. That's always what I say.
Thank you.
Amazing. So team number 1 we've got here is Bean's boyfriends. So we have Brodizzle, hello, Stinky, Beans, Dart, and Lilbo. And then we can see their individual rankings there, given the team ranker an average of A. Brodizzle, why don't you tell us about your team first? Like, have you had any discussions about how you're going to run the team, who's going to be in what position, and do you agree with all of the rankings there?
yes, I definitely agree with the rankings. Fuck you guys. I think Stinky could be an eighth if he really puts in the effort here. But I think so. Stinky and I have like the most Maze and Gen 7 experience from this team. Duh,
For
because
sure.
we play here. But then again, Stinky doesn't come to every single training. He comes to the team's training, which is fine.
Yeah,
which is
no
whatever.
league either as well.
He doesn't play any league either. No laser ball, no nothing. He's doesn't play it as often
Coming in
as
blind.
the others. Yeah, a bit blind. Like he hasn't seen the new blue base. He hasn't seen the new blue. He hasn't seen some of the changes.
Give this guy a break.
That guy deserves B, 100%.
Bro, that's so
Hey,
weird.
it's higher B. Remember that, it's higher B.
So yeah, higher B. My mistake. Beans and Dart both have Gen 7 experience, but it is at like Menai, which are gonna have the different settings to our laser force here.
Yeah.
So they're gonna have some they know how to hold a phaser, they know how to high hold, I hope, but they don't have any of the maze experience that the other WA players do.
I think all of the laser force experience is more laser ball, no? I might be wrong.
Yeah, but they're still gonna geek out over Gen
yeah.
laser force
For
and
sure,
still
for
try and
sure.
figure it out.
Mhm.
And then there's Lilbo, who I don't think has ever played Gen 7 before. There might have been at Brisbane, but that was like ages ago. And knows Maze experience as well. So it's really going to be on this team, myself and Stinky, kind of just showing these guys the ropes of the maze and showing them how to hold like the Gen 7. Oh my god.
Fucking, that guy has a car.
Yeah,
know
that guy has a car. Probably
He's letting us know
commentating.
he's watching the stream.
Do you guys have like
Yeah.
a kind of lineup or kind of strat plans that you guys
What
talked about?
I
before?
was thinking, like what just like makes sense in my brain is either Stinky or I 2 or 3, same as Dart. Lilbo or Dart could captain. I'm not the best captain. I haven't been doing it for that long, so I think Dart and Lilbo will probably be captain. Beans will play 4 or 5 because fuck that guy. And then yeah, Stinky also playing 3-4 and maybe.
What
bit
are
of
these
2.
numbers? Because not everyone uses those numbers.
That is
Oh,
true. I'm so sorry. Okay, so 1 is like your main attack, 2 is like your secondary attack, 3 is like your midfield player, 4 is your door defender,
I'm
and
gonna say
5
goal
is your
defender,
last
like
line.
outside the base a bit.
Sure.
Yeah.
You
So that's
know
kind of what the numbers.
already.
What are the numbers
Exactly.
mean, Mason? You know. Yeah.
Exactly right.
Um,
Amazing. Have you got high hopes? High hopes for your team?
yeah, I think we can come second in this comp. I definitely think we can come. I think we've got the
That's some
manpower.
bitch behavior, bro.
Okay, fuck you. Okay, Pablo come first.
I think we could come
Yeah.
second, maybe. Get out of here, bro.
Okay, look.
Back
I think
yourself.
we're
Back yourself
definitely
in your
gonna
voice.
below
I
that
think we're
one.
definitely going to come second. We're just getting that first is going to be hard as shit.
Who's your threat team? Is it the Billy Lee Bros?
Billy Lee's bros. They've got the 3 like probably like better PK players. You've got Plank, you've got Method. They're pretty good at Laser Force. Snake, he's alright, I guess. And then you got Pug and Noodle, the actual Dream Twins. You know
We're the only one with team jerseys. So.
that too. They do have teams jerseys.
Got a lot of
Flex.
jersey, let's go.
Yep.
Team Jersey buff.
Yep.
Yeah, right. Well, that seems like a pretty natural segue. Yeah. So we have Billy Lee's Bros. We've already said what the roster is. What are your guys' expectations for this team? You know, it seems like this is very much the team to beat.
Yeah, so come in. I think our team's kind of stacked. To be honest, we have like 3 of probably the best PK players. Pug and Noodle are both goats.
Now
So
they're
yeah,
studs.
they should adapt pretty quickly. I think. In terms for like lineup for like what we're planning on running, probably a mix of like me, Riley, like Snake and Pug kind of out attacking. I think Noodle wants to play 5 from what we've talked about.
Sure.
And I talked to Method recently. I was like, yeah, I'm playing 4. So see how that goes.
That makes
Yeah,
it easy then.
Yeah, we're pretty chill. I think. Just here to have a good time. show Pug and Noodle around. Take him to Billy Lee's. That's the one big part of the comp that we would want to get done.
What is Billy Lee's?
Yeah. So if anyone that doesn't know,
Strip club.
That is crazy.
Billy Lee's is this one kind of Chinese restaurant in Chinatown in Perth that everyone goes to after league or after training all the time, and it's open till like 4 a.m. It's kind of like a semi kind of money laundering place, it looks like. But
It's opium in the noodles.
But it's like kind of one of those places that's kind of run by its regulars always showing up, really. But yeah, like we know the guy that works there. We're giving him his own jersey actually. So yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, really good food. If you go Billy Lee's, always get the pork belly fried noodles. It slaps.
Or the small fried rice.
Hey, Brody.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
Brody. That's how you promote WA.
Yeah.
Shut up, bitch.
Great. But yeah,
I think our
it's great.
bridges and our train lines are way cooler.
Yeah. We just always go have a like talk the shit after league or like training or whatever. It's great.
Mhm. Yeah, I feel like
Something
every scene has their like post training, post league place
Yeah.
that they go to and for eating afterwards. And so for you, it's a money laundering Chinese place. That's awesome.
Yeah. The goat.
Absolutely.
Love that. Amazing. Cool.
I do also
Techdeck
want to comment on the
and-
Billy's bros.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
I think Riley, big brain boy. Who is captaining then? Because you said U3 would be like doing the attacking, but who's actually going to captain?
We're gonna work that out. We haven't got anything. The interesting thing is the way that Riley captains is different to how Josh and I both captain. With like you guys and Serge swapping out the one when they're finished or whatever. And like Josh and I both prefer to just stay out all game and be perma one. So yeah, we'll see what happens. The good part is we have like a lot of depth with this team, so it shouldn't really matter too much. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
It'll definitely
Amazing.
be an interesting team to keep your eye out for. I think they're going to be showing what good players with the maze can really do. As it was mentioned, like you got some of the three best like PK players on the team. So you're probably going to be seeing like really good teamwork in terms of this. And I feel like both Pug and Noodle stepping into the team are actually going to have the breathing room to get used to the system as well.
Yeah.
Which is so necessary, especially stepping into a new system in your rear. Having the breathing room to actually work and figure out what's going on is really pivotal.
Getting that entire Friday of drills and team games.
Yeah.
Is pretty OP. What was I just about to say? Yeah, I think I'm really excited to see if like the meta from Sunny Coast, where you just hold pretty much with 5, get like no bases, and then just everyone does a dump. I'm gonna see if that just rocks up in PK as well.
I reckon it's gonna be more maze control because the bases here are a lot more crackable than Sunny for sure.
They
so,
definitely
like,
are.
There has been like more later game dumps and stuff like that, but like it's hard to keep the base count, like the drop count, as low as in Sunny for example.
There are some spots where you can just shoot the last line out. In red in particular, at front door, you can just stand and pin, and if the last line's what in person in V is watching.
So if you want to bring up that maze map, we can show you.
Share this tab instead.
Yeah.
So
Where
right
are we?
under the red star, if the person's watching backdoor, which is the one to the left, the person on the pin spot on the right there, they can just shoot their shoulder right there.
Yeah. So there is an angle into there. So like if you double stack, which usually the double stack position is you have the person under the star, which is under a V, and then the second person goes in the top right corner there. So like usually if there's a pin, you have to call tuck, so the under person kind of needs to put themselves in the corner.
All right, so the box person is like watching the front.
Yeah, they're watching front. Yeah.
Sure.
There is a pretty easy way to like detach this ore. Is see that like little yellow? I'm putting it on the screen again. So that little yellow knobbly bit. if you just sit there, that is
Yellow
a
knobbly
shot.
bits.
That is a shot into that box. So if you sit there, like it doesn't really shot there, but that is like a direct shot into box.
Sure.
So
There you
that's
go.
kind of how you crack that two-man lock.
There's all the tech for you, ladies and gentlemen.
Yippee!
Yeah. Oh no, state secrets. Don't listen, guys.
State secrets.
Amazing. Cool.
I think going with that for last lines, I think it's going to be really necessary for the last lines, the interstate last lines, to like really adapt to Gen 7.
Yeah.
Because it is quite different, like with our paneling, like really different with our paneling, especially high holds.
I don't think it's not too bad. I don't think, honestly, but
You just got to watch where your shoulders are. I think that's
that's
the main thing. They stick out, not stick outwards, I guess.
Yeah. Amazing. Well, okay. Any other things to say about Billy Lee's Bros before we move on to some of these other teams?
Mr. X is the GOAT. He's the guy that runs Billy Lee's.
Good luck.
No.
Awesome. We'll move on to. We'll just keep going down on this left side. So we've got retired. So Deathstalker, Color, AJ, Serial Killer, and there's a serial killer from the US as well. That's for a bit of trivia. And Fluffo.
So easy.
Who are all of these people?
All right. So we have Deathstalker, his Gaz's dad.
Oh shit!
So yeah, he used to play ages ago in like the 90s. He did actually go to Nats once on the Brumigos. With
in 2017.
With Dorky, Gaza, Ninja, I think was on it.
Yeah, and that was Gaz's first year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I believe it was. So yeah, he was on that team. Color is Gaz's sister.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, comes down to Layers Ball, plays League. They like dumping a lot, stuff like that. So yeah, watch out.
None of these people do come to training.
No, yeah, Leagues I meant. And Laser Ball. They're both that. But yeah, AJ, I think he's played Nats, hasn't he?
He has in the past. I can't remember which team he's played for, but I know he has. But he's like a pretty consistent league player that can give you a run for your money.
He's like, he's really good at league. He hasn't played PK as much recently though, so like he has historically, but just not recently with most of the changes. Besides like this season, but he still should be pretty good. He's probably like the one like heavy hitter on this team. He's probably going to be captaining and like playing one whole time or something. I'd assume.
Probably.
And then we have Serial Killer. He's a newish player.
He used to play a while ago, but then he stopped, and now he's back again. So I think it's back. Yeah.
And
but
then
not a PK player to specify.
No.
Not a PK player.
I don't believe he'd played PK before.
No,
which is different because PK is the only store that has base back. So he'll also have to adapt to base back and also Gen 7. Since every store
he said he came back when he originally left. He played Gen 7 Malaga or Gen 7 Willow?
He played Gen 7 Willow a lot.
Yeah, okay.
Malaga, he's only been playing Malaga since like he came back these seasons.
Yeah, gotcha. Just for reference, there are 3 stores in WA. There's Willerton, Malaga, and Port Kennedy. Malaga and Willerton, both non-base evac and Gen 8 since 2022?
Yeah. Same with Joondalup, but no one plays there.
Oh yeah, no one plays there. There's no league there either, so there's no real point in mentioning.
Yeah, are these other sites? They're pretty like hardcore Laser Force scenes, whereas PK's like very like zone oriented.
I mean, we all
owned by Wombat.
We all play zone format. Like we all play like Zeltac, 3 teams and all that. It's just that PK is the only one that's kind of more natified with base back and all that.
Sure.
So we just Malaga and Wilson is just the same thing, except you don't have to evac from bases into your spot unless you're dead.
Yeah.
And
really cringe.
It's on Gen 8, which most people prefer Gen 7 usually.
Gen 8's very sensitive.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we have one last player in the team, Fluffo.
Fluffo's the GOAT.
The GOAT. There's so many goats going around
No,
nowadays.
but he is like the goat.
He's the-
Ah.
Yeah, he's super chill. He's been playing since like the 90s.
Has
Used
he?
to work. Yeah, he has. He used to work.
forever,
He used to work at laser tag in
Dark
like the
Zone?
90s. Yeah. So yeah, he's great. He's keen on getting good, on like improving. He's just there for fun time as well. Like
Mhm.
this is like the vibe team, I think, all around. Like
Mhm.
they'll probably pull some funny straps, but there for a good time. Might talk a bit of shit or something. Yeah,
I think Color is
Yeah.
the only one
Fun.
under 30 on the team.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hence retired. Sure.
Yeah.
Do we agree? Do we feel like that average team rank of D is appropriate?
Yeah, I think so.
I think you're looking at possibly a higher like D in that, but then depending on the matchups and things like that, I feel like there's going to be a bit of friction, especially with the fact that Serial Killer hasn't played PK before at all.
Yeah.
Hasn't done
And not
base
base
back. Fluffo is getting back into it in terms
Yeah.
of doing base back.
Fluffo's new to base vac. It's like only his second season playing it, but he's gotten it pretty good.
As Plank said, you're going to see AJ doing a lot of like the heavy hitting, being the one on that team. Just because he can again give you run for the money. Deathstalker and Color have played PK a bit, but
I mean, they just won.
They're playing both leagues, right?
They
That's-
just won
they
league.
did just win.
This one league.
you just won league. Yeah, your team did.
Broken ass team. What can I say?
Oh, let's not talk
Amazing.
I don't know. I don't know how that's a 20 cap, but whatever.
Anyway, move on.
Fantastic. So next in line we have Spares team. So it's Jet, Rogue, Gooby, Arbol, and El Polo Loco.
Yep.
Someone give us the rundown on all of those guys.
Deck.
All right, so we have Jet, who I lovingly refer to as Mum. Has been to quite a few Nats. I'm not sure when her first Nats was.
She did play in 2014, I think. She played before that though.
I think she has played before that because judging from when she talked about it, sounds like she's been playing a while. She did initially come over from over east. I think she might have been in Sydney before, something like that. I don't know. Rogue, who is her loving fiance. Rogue, obviously having been to multiple Nats as well, so we have seen him a lot. He is very good as like playing in a sort of 3 role, being able to move around. He does tend to be playing in like a 4 or 5 role when he's played with the Sharks previously.
Yeah.
But he is very maneuverable, and especially for this team, like you're probably going to see him being pulled out, not in the initial attack a lot of the time, but probably when he's swapped out, you would probably see him a lot.
He's a pain to duel
playing
against
one?
as well. He's very good in the duels.
He is very good at that. What was that, sorry, Brady?
Do you reckon he's gonna be going like? Do you reckon he's gonna be 1 or Arbal's gonna be 1?
I reckon we're probably going to be seeing either Gooby or Arbol doing one.
Gooby, you reckon?
Yeah, Gabby's attacked before.
Gabby has attacked before. We've just sort of slotted her into defense ever since she moved to WA. She, I about to say, yeah, even when like I've gone attack with her and other people have, like she does have the skill and the tech to be able to do it. She is very good at doing that. So we may see her as being either a 1 or a 2 there. Arbol, probably. I'm switching up between whether he's going to be playing like a 2 or a 4.
I'd put Arbol on attack. Personally.
Yeah. He is pretty good at it. Again, he is listed as being a higher B there. And El Polo Loco, I don't think he's played PK before.
No, he's really good at Malaga. He won titles the last time it was at Malaga in 2016.
Was it solos or just winning titles?
Highlander. I think he won titles as well.
He won titles to beat his team.
That's correct. But yeah, he's really, really good at Malaga, except that is a bit different to PK, like no base back. It's a lot more snipey, so like it's his first time on Gen 7 and with like Nat's kind of more ish style setting. So like it's really up to if he adapts pretty much. If he does, he'll be really, really good, I think.
Sure.
Yeah, it's just the skill set coming across.
As long as he can adapt, he is decent in duels as well. But yeah, it'll be his first time playing at PK and with base evac and Gen. Oh, actually no, not Gen 7 because again he's played with Gen 7 before. So it will be interesting to see this team because they could come in clutch and maybe move up the rankings a bit more. But it really depends on how well they mesh together as a team, I reckon.
Yeah.
I don't think there's gonna be that much of an issue to mesh well together.
I don't think there's going to be an issue with it.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
think,
having Arbol, Gabby, and Rogue as like all people who can like play with each other, they can play within the system really well. They all have good comms. Like that should carry their team really good, I think.
Yeah.
So.
I think they'll do all right.
Amazing.
As
Sorry, I'm
long
just
as Arbol gets a
fucking
good
with something.
pack, he's fine.
Yeah.
Is
if
he known
Arbel's
for?
supposed-
Is he known for not getting good packs?
He's known for complaining about packs.
Yeah. We
God,
love Arbol, but there's usually a pack swap in each game.
I'd assume that Gabby and either like Arbol and either Gabby or El Polo would start out. Probably El Polo in 3, because it's usually more like pack 20. But yeah, this should be good. I reckon.
Amazing. Can I get editing access to this sheet so I can kind of put all of the?
Oh, yeah, I need to do that, don't I?
Yeah, just so I can like put them all in the order that they've been ranked, so we can like do some final predictions later. But while you're giving me that, is there any final thoughts on this Spares team?
Really good for Spares team. Like usually the Spares are like bottom comp because they all just like slap together, but like these guys should be really consistent.
We'll go into rankings later, but I don't think these guys are coming last.
No. Yeah, I mean, that's what I thought. I thought the exact same thing when I saw Spares, and I immediately see like Rogue and Arbol. I'm like, oh, that's strange.
Yeah. Like they have the experience, they have like the consistency. Like they should do well.
Yeah. No, they're weapons.
They're also not called Spares either. This is like this pseudo sinks list is not updated for the teams like names.
I think they're called Clashy McClash Face or something on the
I think something.
schedule.
Something like that. Yeah, the schedule. That's right.
Amazing.
Definitely knows about.
That I knew about all along.
Coolly beans. We'll move on. Next in line, we have another S player. And we've got we've been activated. So we have Noobs 316, Diggy, yourself, Tech Deck, Sawdust, and Kierlos 3. Kierlos?
Just call him Kieran.
Kieran, Kyrios. It works.
Amazing. Tell us about them.
So Noobs is like he's on Surge, very very good PK player, very good Gen 7 player.
Yeah.
Definitely one like. He's definitely in that top bracket. He's very well versed in captaining as well, so we could see him captaining or Tech Deck captaining. I'm not sure what you guys are doing.
Why don't you take this over, Declan?
Yeah, definitely. This is your team. You go Yap.
Oh no! Now I got to talk about it. Yeah. So as Brody was saying, Noob's incredibly good PK sort of Gen 7 player. Has like really good stuff. There's some changes that were made to the arena whilst he was away on a holiday that meant that some of his sightlines were kind of ruined. But he has still definitely moved past them and adapted to how the arena is playing and still puts in bloody good effort all the time.
The reference is really tall, so there was this one spot in blue half that he could just snipe into front door and the sweep from like the other side of the arena pretty much.
Yeah.
It's like a three and a half, like 3/4 wall. So you could look over if you're tall enough.
Yeah. He had basically set himself up so if you went to try and duel him, it would just be a 1-on-1. And there was no time for you to try and lunge a base effectively. Or you could not duel him and then just consistently get sniped. But that's been changed, so now he's been a bit nerfed. So he's not too bad. Diggy is... Diggy's done incredibly well so far. He's actually incredibly well. He was very close to getting S grade here. So I didn't write it there, but he is probably higher on the A tier list. Mm-hmm. He has incredibly good like game sense and things like that from what I've seen. And we've been mean to play on a team for a while, and we keep not being able to. It's very sad. Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, he does incredibly well. He's also on Surge. So him and Noobs actually came as a package deal for Surge. Thanks for stealing my players. But so yeah, they do incredibly well together as an attack. They're incredibly good in terms of like communicating with each other and knowing what to do next, being able to go from there. Myself, I won't prop myself up too much, but I've been making some improvements. I'll leave it at that. Actually lying to you. Completely lying.
False.
False. Sawdust been doing incredibly well.
The goat.
The goat.
Another one.
He's not paid to say
Throw one
that.
this time.
He has to say it for his girlfriend. But she's been doing incredibly well ever since last Nats, where she was activated. She's been putting in a lot of the effort. She has been enjoying it and has actually been making leaps and bounds in terms of learning. Does still have a ways to go, but is still open to improvement. And
She's probably the best comma on the team and the most consistent.
Yeah.
Surely Kieran would be the best comer, right?
Sure.
He's constantly talking.
So I hear him all the time. And then we have Kieran. So Kieran does incredibly well. He's very good at getting pack points. Very much pushes out pretty aggressively and is very good in terms of timing and getting pack points and sniping a lot. He does very well in the PK arena from pushing him out a lot. Like he consistently gets pretty high scores and tends to carry the team in that regard.
Bruce said is a league merchant. His words.
Yeah,
But yeah, his noobs is younger brother as well. So
Leak merchant, like leak
Yeah,
razors.
league merchant. Yeah, he just shoots people at league. Is good.
Right.
So yeah, he's like your heavy hitter. He gets like a bunch of pack points. Like he can get 18Ks and stuff pretty consistently.
Oh shit.
But
Yeah.
his more just like focus on his own game a lot of the time, I think. So it would probably more be like noobs or Declan kind of leading and just send him out to shoot people. I'd assume. But yeah.
Something like that.
Amazing. Team rank of A. Do we all feel like that's an appropriate ranking? So I've kind of done a rough ranking here. I just did it based on like the letters, but we've got them with an A. They're in like second or third as the only two A's.
I agree. Definitely
Yeah,
100%.
I reckon so.
Like,
They're probably.
like-
I'm
they're
assuming you
full-
guys are probably going to be.
Yes.
Sorry.
You first. You go first.
I'm assuming this is going to be a very like maze control team, just because Noobs loves like maze control, and they have both him who can just farm pack. They have Kieran who can just also farm pack. And then like
Right.
they're pretty deep for who can get bases too.
Sure.
They're a team full of PK players. They have
Yeah.
the most like experience like in terms of any other team, I'd say, because
Yeah.
all of them are attending training, except Kieran, but they all play League, and some of them, like 3 of them, play Laserball comp as well.
Mhm.
So they all have shit tons of experience in this maze and on Gen 7.
Yeah.
Of course, Noobs, Diggy and Sasha also being on Surge together. They've already got that kind of teamwork and like linked in already. Not LinkedIn, like
LinkedIn. What's your LinkedIn?
yeah.
What's your LinkedIn? Yeah. Your career profile looking like.
Surge. Yeah. That's
Cool.
my 2 cents.
Amazing. Any other 2 cents to share, gentlemen, before we move on to our last few teams?
Noobs has played a couple of Nats as well. He has
Yeah.
played. He played in Hobart on the W tanks, and he also played in Darwin for
Bracketing
think-
was
for Crackening. Yeah, that's right, for Crackening.
uh,
And I think that's the only. That's the only next experience except for Techdeck, of course. Who's
I was
been
about to say, I'm like,
It's when? How long you been playing for?
yeah,
20. What? 20? Was Bendigo your first?
yeah, Benny.
Bendigo was my first
Yeah,
because
yeah.
Blank and I started at the same time.
But yeah, Kieran is also coming to Nats this year as well as Sawdust. Kieran's kind of a heavy hitter on his team for.
He's also very selfish as well as a player, though.
Eh,
I think he very much prioritizes the TR over.
yeah.
Where,
Like
where
he
the
hasn't.
game goes.
He doesn't. He's less like whole strat centric and just as good if you want someone to shoot a bunch of people and like get you
Shoot
a
the
base.
bad guys and don't die. That's pretty much him.
Yeah,
If you want to not have to worry about another player, Like he
Yeah.
can be pretty good for that. Like he can be very good in terms of that.
I want to see him really like lock in this comp and focus on improving because he's really like he has all the skill set to be really really good.
He's got a lot
He
of
just has
natural
to,
talent.
like, he just has to get into the mindset of like I want to improve. And yeah, should be good.
Amazing. Right, we'll move on to my favorite team name, Bangers and Clash. That's awesome.
Oh, good.
And we have Muffin, Finn, Shaz, Weston, Gaza. So we have the Canberra player and two Queenslanders. With an average team rank of B. What's the expectation with these guys? And talk to us a little bit about the players, especially the ones we don't know.
Yep.
So notably, we've got Muffin and Gaz. Those are the players that you probably know Gaz, but Muffin is kind of he played pre-nats too at Sunny Coast.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's going to perform a lot better at PK than he did at Sunny Coast, mostly because that's his first time playing zone system like as a whole.
Yeah.
And everything he's going to it's like it says higher C on the sheet right there. I think he's definitely going to show his B or C grade. He's pretty good for his value. Gaza, obviously being the site op, he's got pretty much full control of the maze. Like he knows like every in and out of it.
To be fair, like he's played the new maze the same as everyone else has. He's just a good player.
But he also thinks about it more than anyone else does. Because he has to like design it, you know. That's what I think anyway.
Yeah, between him and Riley maybe. Because Riley's a thonker.
Yeah, he's a bit of a thonker.
He knows the maze well. Anyway.
I'd say he's probably like the top 3 in terms of like best players at PK or best players in general in WA.
Yeah, everyone that's been to a Nats knows who Gaza is.
Yep.
He's playing since 2017.
Yeah.
He's been to a couple.
He's been around the block. Amazing. So other than those two, we have Finn, Shaz, and Weston. Canberra player, 2 Queenslanders. Obviously, Finn has been a rising star in Canberra. He's been doing super well. I think he's been on the Dragons, but this year he's actually taken a development team, which massive kudos to him for doing that. Obviously, we know Finn's like a really fast player. I'm sure he'll be hitting people with the easy base.
Not wait.
And then Shaz and Weston are like both solid up and coming players in Queensland who have obviously done the last few pre-nats in Sunny Coast and then are going to be making their like Zoltak debut this year. I think both of them are on Fire Nation, or I don't believe they're called Fire Nation for
Inferno.
Inferno, yeah.
Yeah, they're called Inferno for Nats, but they play Fire Nation at pre-nats. So what are your expectations for those 3 players coming from Zion?
I'm kind of thinking that Finn is kind of just the exact same as Plank, but just with less Gen 7 experience. They kind of play very similar. In my head, they kind of play very similar. No?
I think so. Similar, but not the same. After playing with them at PN1.
Bean's boyfriend.
Yeah, pretty similar.
I think Shaz and Weston are going to do fine, especially because they already have that like teamwork, like as a duo. They're also very chill people as well, so they're going to get along with these other players as well. This is a very friendly team in general.
I might have heard somewhere that Finn was playing 5. I don't know if that's correct or not.
What? Not Gaza?
Grapevine.
No.
Like Gaza, but
I
don't.
5. I don't know how true that is, but I think I heard somewhere.
On the grapevine, okay.
Yeah, I know. And it should be. Besides that, it should be the Gaz, Muffin, or Finn out first. Like, they were pretty good.
So Finn really truly wants to play 5 then, Shaz?
I can't confirm. I just recall hearing it somewhere.
Yeah, okay.
We've got Shaz in the chat, so she can maybe spill the beans on that one. Yeah,
okay.
Confirmed. Cool. Yep. I mean, I get it. As like I know, I'm a player that has typically spent most of my career in like second, I guess you guys would call it. The first attacker joining my in-game captain doing stuff. It's like really fun and nice to go from that to just like last line for a bit.
Yeah.
Because just like the amount of stuff you're thinking about is a lot less, so you can focus so much more on like your little body positionings and stuff in the base, and maybe doing some kind of whack stuff. Yeah, so all power to him. Hope he has a good time. Do we feel like the B rank is appropriate for this team? Do we think they can overshoot that and stuff like that?
I think they definitely can contest on 4th. I think 4th is going to probably be their natural resting place.
I don't think you can count teams out that has Gaz in it. Like, if Shaz and Weston like pop off, like they could get into finals for sure. Like,
yeah, but they don't have handicap in Clash, so I'm not sure how much.
No. It's a lot of these teams is just how well the Eastern States can adapt. Really, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely see them going far.
The top 3 teams.
Yeah.
Or top. Billy's Bros, Bean's boyfriends, and the team. I think it really depends on how well they adapt.
I do think these guys can make a push, finals at least. But yeah, whatever you say.
I think the thing to remember as well is like what we mentioned with what was it? Billy Lee's Bros is the breathing room that both Noodle and Pug are going to have. Whereas this team, we only got Muffin and Gaz trying to give that sort of breathing room for them to adapt. And I feel like it's going to, it could, as you said, if they adapt well, it'll be fine. It's just an issue of whether or not they actually get enough breathing room to be able to adapt.
That is a fair point.
Because if from what you were saying, if Finn is playing 5, then that means that hopefully, Gaz Muffin or Gaz someone else, or Muffin someone else are quickly getting their bases and actually being able to cycle quickly.
Yeah, Shaz or Muffin or someone in the chat. Was Muffin going to be captaining this team? Because I think I heard that somewhere too.
What?
Yeah.
I'm not too sure specifically as to who was captaining this one. I imagine Muffin would be, and then probably Gaz just giving some insight and more GCing a bit.
It's either Muffin or Gaz for sure.
From training, where I've set Muffin out as being like a 1 for the team, like he has really good game sense in terms of that. Yeah. As long as he doesn't tunnel vision, he actually does incredibly well.
Yeah,
so I think Gaz would be perfect for this team, for GCing, because he's kind of like the best at controlling running like headless chickens. Yeah. And in terms of this team, I think they're pretty much all headless chickens, and I think Gaz can very much reel them in.
Gaz can just cycle people through bases, easy peasy. So like, if he
said everyone wants to play 5.
Yeah. Right. They might all just be playing 5.
5.
Are we maybe going to see Shaz and Weston maybe attack together?
I'm not sure.
I reckon it'll happen at some point.
They all play 5 except in all 3 bases at once. This the real strat.
Amazing.
Sick.
Any last thoughts for Bangers and Clash?
I think, in terms of the team ranking being a B, I think it's a very temperamental B. I think depending on how well they adapt, it could move to being like a lower B or like a high C. But other than that, I think, provided they adapt well, I reckon they'll give some people a run for their money and hopefully, make an interesting comp.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think me playing with Shaz and Weston and like also knowing what Finn's capable of, if the 3 of them can pick up Gen 7 really well, I could actually, just looking at the roster, I could see them doing quite well, especially with a player like Gaza on the team to kind of...
Yeah, for sure.
I'm hoping they're the underestimated team.
Yeah, that's kind of the vibe I'm getting. That's the energy I'm getting. But amazing. Cool. Well, I think we've got one team left to talk about, and then we can kind of do some final placements. So we have... Oh, please. There we go.
So this team is like... This team is like
Shania. Dorky, Gripsy, Shania Renee... Is that Shania Renee?
Yeah.
Renee 7,
Yeah.
not Basilisk, Artemis, and Elmo, with an average rank of C. Lay it down. Lay it on thick.
So this is like Tsunami. This is like the team Tsunami, except instead of Elmo, it's Kieran. Sorry, instead of Kieran, it's
But-
Elmo.
For those that don't know,
That's just
Tsunami is one of our teams going nuts this year.
Sure.
Yeah.
A big
So
dev
they play
team.
a lot in training. They play in the teams training comps that we do. They have like the teamwork there. Yeah, Dorky pops off. Last 2 minutes, of course.
Yeah.
They already kind of have that teamwork embedded.
So yeah.
That being said, though, the big hitter being Kieran, like Elmo can still crack bases and definitely can. It's just not as powerful, I think.
I think you're trading
Pack
more.
points.
You're trading more pack. You're trading pack for the ability to like run games and read games and carry people through bases a bit more. I think because Elmo,
Yeah.
I think Chris has the ability to just like carry this team to a win or like push them through if they can. Same with Tally because they're pretty good too. So like two probably like keystones, like they can both attack really well. Yeah, as in terms of like what the actual strat is, it depends if they want to treat this as more of a training comp for Nats or if they want to like send Chris out more. I think and him running games.
As I was saying before, like all these players are kind of defense orientated at home.
Right.
They're just starting to like branch out into attacking more. Like I know
Yeah.
Louise is gonna like she's started trying to attack more.
Yeah.
Shania started trying to attack. So is Basilisk. While Gripsy and Dorky, they're kind of more like defense orientated players.
During the chat, what are you, Basilisk or Louise? What do you guys line up? If you want to comment or anything, because for me, Chris is usually a GC, but I don't know if you guys are going to be playing that.
I'm imagining because it's mostly Tsunami that Chris will probably be providing some insight and like helping out in terms of developing them a bit more before Nats. So I imagine that he may not be necessarily GCing, but he may be supporting it a bit and suggesting things for them to do, rather than making them
Yeah.
fight for it.
Okay, they haven't discussed it yet. They said so. I guess it's open.
Yeah.
Open to
Just rock up to the tournament and find out.
Yeah,
Fuck
for real.
around and
Just
find
dump
out.
every
Yeah.
game. Fuck it.
Everyone's playing too.
That's very trendy at the moment.
Mhm.
Find out.
Chris not
Chris
GC.
won't be GCing. Yeah, okay. So if that's the case, then we've seen Tally GC a couple times at Parasomnia. I think was she the main GC at Parasomnia? Last I heard she was.
It was either them or Dorky.
Not Parasomnia, fucking
So no,
Paradox.
Paradox. Yeah, that's right. Sorry.
I can't remember the GC. I do know that Basilisk was.
I
the
thought it was Arbor, no?
dumped to
anyway,
work
yeah.
on attack.
But yeah,
Dump to pub.
like Tally, if it's not Chris, then probably Tally running games or Dorky for
Maybe
defense,
Dorky?
maybe. Yeah, that's what it's.
Mm.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
Is there any last thoughts for paddle pool and maybe like the average rank?
Yeah, I think this is another really good time for them to work on stuff for Nats as well. I'm hoping that they'll come at it with a lot more of an open mind of some more learning than attempting to, get results. It will be fantastic to see them climb a little bit if they do. But at the moment, I think that their focus should 100% be on training more for Nats because they've got the setup to be able to play as their Nats team, minus
Yeah.
Kieran.
I'd like to see Tally kind of take on a more like GC role, because I think they can develop that way and they'll be really good for them. Especially with the kind of insight from Elmo. That's a really good opportunity to like get kind of the more team dynamic going before Nats, I think.
Yeah.
Especially since it's effectively an Nats team, as we were saying. So,
I think these guys have Dorky and Elmo in terms of, like a lot of experience with like at Nats. While the rest of the players are all kind of new gen players who've never played Nats before. Basilisk and Shania both played a Nats. Shania being
Tanks and Basilisk being Paradox, both at Hobart.
Mhm.
But that's pretty much it. So I think they've got a lot to show at this clash as well. Like they've improved a lot since Hobart. So we'll definitely see how they've improved since then. But
Amazing.
otherwise, yeah. Also, Luis's legs are prone to just crumbling. So I think that's one of the reasons why they also have 6 as well.
Sure. Yeah, cool. Alrighty, well, that kind of gone through all the teams. Let's maybe just settle on some final placements for all of
Really
these
leaves
teams.
Rosen last.
Yeah.
And yeah,
We're winning. We're winning.
and then we can probably wrap up. So just looking at it now, obviously I've just ranked them in order of the letters. I haven't like sorted the letters specifically.
Are you
Is
sure
there
they're in
any
letter order?
teams?
I don't know
Letter
since when D was above C, but that's just my ABCs, you know.
Interesting ABC's moment. Fuck.
A, B, D, C.
A, B, D, C. It still flows nicely. Fucking hell. Any other little shuffles we want to do? Because obviously we don't have to rank them based on like the average individual rank. Like you might feel like a team that's a lower individual rank can probably go higher, or vice versa. Or we can sort the teams within the rankings as well.
Yeah.
I think this is pretty good for like I don't think nothing needs to change necessarily.
I don't think Bangers and Clash can make a push to place higher. Like
They can, but I think in terms of like predictions, this is probably the best predictions we're going to get without like going to the actual comp and finding out.
yeah, and I don't think We've Been Activated can also come second as opposed to you guys. I don't think there's that much of a gap between We've Been Activated and Bean's Boyfriends.
Yeah.
Mainly just considering like they're all like home maze PK.
I think it's quite volatile in terms of where people can go.
Yeah, and I think just like having gone through the list now and the bit of insight you've provided and the players I recognize, I would expect, Bangers and Clash, and as Gaz has kind of said that Spares could very well be like the kind of the dark horse teams of the tournament that can kind of steal one of those grand final spots. But I think the individual rankings actually they worked out pretty well with the average team rank in terms of how they are. Boom, amazing. Have you guys got any last things you want to say while we're on the sheet?
I don't think so. I think that's pretty much it.
Watch the stream.
Watch the stream. There'll be commentators as well.
Yeah, what's the links and all of that? And also, if you send them to me, I can post them on the LSA thing so we can get them out there.
Yeah, awesome. I think is it going to be streamed on Gaz's channel? Do we know?
Either that or Walter, I'd assume.
But it's not a Walter event, though.
Yeah, that's true. We'll see if Gaz wants to put in the chat.
The Walter YouTube?
Yeah, Walter YouTube, okay. Yeah. Well, it's going to be on the Walter YouTube, as Gaz said in the chat. Maybe like Twitch at the same time. I don't know. But yeah.
It's going
to be up. It's going to be commentators. We'll probably get some like remote commentators, maybe. I'm not too sure on that. Yeah, should be a good time.
Amazing. Make sure you send me all of the links so I can get them out there because the tournament starts next week Friday on the 28th, correct?
Yeah.
So there's training, then it goes into Les Ball on the Friday. So
Oh, guys, what are you doing, huh?
No, I was just trying to post the link. I just shared it.
Um,
Cool. If you didn't know, the 28th of March is actually International Laser Tag Day, which is a real thing. You can look it up.
What? Did Laser Tag TV cover that?
Yeah, they did actually. They were on the cover for the poster.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, there's a yearly post. I don't know how you get it. Maybe you can subscribe for it or whatever. But yeah, there's a yearly post. Retro. I think I have some tucked away somewhere. They're pretty cool. Amazing.
100% intentional, for sure.
I'm sure it was. What was also intentional don't know if you guys have seen, but Butzer and I have been launching a active tag, which is like a new mobile laser tag setup, and we wanted to run a little tournament, which I completely blanked on your dates of the 28th because we were like, oh, we want to like run something on the International Laser Tag Day, and I called it Base Clash, just completely.
Oh, really?
This.
Oh, should have just come to the real Clash. Right
I
there.
should have done. Look, if this becomes a regular thing, I actually, now that I have done the trek, you know, I've gone to US Nats and had a completely different experience. I went to Worlds, different experience. Went to Sweenats, had a different experience. I'm kind of hooked on having different laser tag kind of vibes.
Yeah.
So whatever the next WA Clash event is, if my schedule is free, I absolutely will try and make the trek down. But
Yeah, awesome.
fantastic.
Yep.
Well, thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for everyone that was in the chat and viewed, and we got a couple subs throughout that, which is pretty cool. So thank you very much for that. WA Clash is next week, Friday the 28th. Oh, that's when the training starts. The actual comp starts on the 29th. Tune in. We'll post all the links on the LSA group so you can find them. And I don't know if you probably already seen, but in 5.5 hours, I'll be going live again for the Pre-Nats 3 roundup stream.
Awesome.
So I'll be seeing the chat all again very soon. And
I think thank you for having us. It was great being on LSA, especially for like a little event for WA Clash. Yeah, I really appreciate it that you spread the word.
LSA is for everyone. It's not just it's not the Laser Zone Sports Academy. It's the Laser Sports Academy. So and that's like a message to anyone else. If you have anything that you want to share and make public and just try and get the word out there, like if it's a new tool, some cool little thing you've done, a little tournament you're running, even if it's on a different system or whatever, just hit us up and we'll be happy to share all of that. Sure.
Yeah.
Kmart laser tag packs in like a house tournament. Sure. If you get some like get a broadcast of that as well, I think that would go crazy.
Loki, Declan, your house is like perfect for it.
Yeah.
I know.
You have so many weird rooms connected to each other.
You have so many law rings in your house. Right?
Dude, it'd be great. You should have one in the kitchen.
Stay away from my pool. The kitchen would actually go crazy. Sorry, it's a completely different subject.
Alrighty. That's all for now. So goodbye.
Yep.
Yeah.
See ya.
There it is.
See you all next time.
Bye. Love you.
I've picked
Get ready.